Good morning. It's a morning Hullaballoo. How is everybody out there in YouTube land? RT Bear here, hanging out at Hack Shack Studios. I haven't said this in a while, but I'm almost closing in on 40 years of time that I have logged in this wild and wacky industry that we know and love, which is comic books, comics, the comic book industry. It's been quite a ride, and there's some interesting stuff that's happening lately. With Marvel and DC and Agenda and all that other good stuff. But you're not going to find that here at Hack Shack Studios, because here, no agenda, just good, clean fun. All right. We always makes me feel good when Past Master Dan is the first one in, and he says, "God bless you, young man." Yes, indeed. And this is going to be a bit of a hangout stream too. I'm going to show off some cool new black and white stuff. You guys, there's some cool stuff coming your way. So if you back black and white, I'm going to show off some of the stretch goal stuff. Well, a stretch goal, and then I'm going to ask you. I have a question for you guys, and I should write this down, this question, before I forget it, because it's important. I want to get some feedback, and I think I came up with a better idea actually for one of the stretch goals, but I want to run it by you guys, and it will involve the patch, the stretch goal patch, and I think it was going to be Phoenix World Alliance patch, but I think it might be cooler if we do something else. But I'll run that by you guys down the line. Also, got some cool. I got a bag of stuff here. I got 2,000, I think 2,500 of these stretch goal goodies. I got the first batch in yesterday, and been dying to share them with you. We got Joe Bernardo. How you doing, Joe? We got Nicholas Gear, or is it Gear? Yeah. Let's see who else. Oh man, we got Samuel Bono. What's up? What's up? Hey Art, how you doing? A big hug. I am your fan. Yes, big hug right back at you, Samuel. Yeah, you guys. So if there's any questions or anything, feel free to ask them. This is going to be very, very interactive. I look forward to this. I haven't done any of these in a while. Happy day to you. Oh, I thought it said happy birthday. It's like, no, John, no. Happy day to you, Art. Many blessings, brother. Right back at you, John Davies. If you guys don't know, John used to work here at Hack Shack Studios way back in the day. Peyton, what's up, my friend? Welcome to the show, RT Bear. And if you look closely at Peyton's image there, I'm showing a little skin, a little butt skin, a little butt skin. Hey, Kevin, what's up? Hey, we've come to snuff the rooster. Yeah. Okay, I don't know where to begin. Where do we begin? Let me close some of these tabs first because I get confused very easy. Let's go with the question that I asked. So we'll get an answer to that and see what you guys think. And I'll give you more detail. But I'm going to do it this way first and foremost, and then we'll get into the conversation. So this is the reason for the season, you guys. This is Black and White Volume 2, Man versus Machine, in a world where law and order is often blurred to gray. Justice can only be black and white. Let me see. Let's play this video. We don't usually do this video. Ethan Van Skyver says that sounds like you're getting your teeth drilled. That's why Red Gaze and I did the other video. And also, I think the other video, we were able to get more artwork in. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, okay. Yeah, so we are at 105,278. We got 1,278 backers. Thanks, guys. That's all because of you, your belief in this project, in me, in CG in general, and will not disappoint. I am working so hard every day, and I'm going to show off a page today. So I'm going to show off a page today, but this is the book. They're back and badder than ever. This will be the epic conclusion to Black and White. And so this is called Man versus Machine. Here's the main cover, colored by the great Stefani Renee. And I got an announcement with the coloring as well today. So I'm going to give you a bunch of stuff today. You're going to get a bunch of info. So here's a volume 2, The Variant by Kenneth Rocafort. Just kicks ass. Black and White, destroying a bunch of robots. And then we have the incredible Joe Bennett, Black and White, destroying robots, which you're going to see a lot. So I hope you like Robot Carnage, because there's going to be a little bit of that in this story. Ever since I was a kid, I loved robot stories. I used to love Wolverine going into the old Danger Room when they had robot stand-ins instead of like virtual, and he would just destroy all kinds of robots and stuff with his claws. So I dug that, and I still do as an adult. And so here is the High Octane Adventure. This is done by Von Klaus writing, and Pedro Eng doing all the artwork. And Pedro and I are going to finalize everything tomorrow. Hopefully, our schedules all work out. And this will go to press very, very, very soon. Once we get the artwork okayed, everything's on, we're all on the same page, and then we can get it lettered up, and then we'll get it printed. So things are getting done here. Speaking of printing, volume 1 second printing is done. We do have these books, you guys. So we got those back a week or so ago, and they look fantastic. So we still have some of the great Capullo variants. We got story page layouts, which is the only place you can get, or only way you can get original artwork right now is with these layouts. And then we have the stretch goals, which I wanted to get into. So the 60K, I believe. Yeah, 60K, grab your Phoenix World Rises patch. This patch represents true evil of the Phoenix World Alliance. Okay, you guys. So this is the chance to get some feedback on this. I don't have a logo that I like for the Phoenix World. So the reason we haven't got this manufactured, and my wife, Pamela, who helps me out with all this stuff, she wants to start getting things made. So that's not the only reason for this, but what I'm going to show you a little later will let you in on why my brain is going this other direction. Okay, so keep that in mind. So this is, everybody's going to get this patch, right? So if you guys have backed any of the Hack Shack Studios campaigns in the past, you know that all of them come with patches. So the Chrono Mechanics campaign came with a patch. The original Black and White Volume 1 came with 2 patches. So this one will have a patch as well. So let's go down. Okay, so what I'm thinking, let me stop sharing, come back. I'm thinking too much. I got to talk, not think. Is that we do the patch with the Black and White logo. So I don't think we've done a patch yet with the Black and White logo. And so that logo, you guys, let me show you these. Looks like these. All right, and this is what I wanted to share with you guys. This is a bag of the 100K stretch goal pins. Look at these. And let me take it out of the bag so you can see it better. These things are so damn cool. They're metal. Upside down. Let's do it this way. All right. Everything's backwards. The white you can't see. It's kind of blown out. Whoa, blown out there. You can kind of see it if I turn it a little bit. So these are what do they call them, cloisonne or whatever the word is, um, uh, pins, and so they got the pins on the back. These things are heavy and they're really really cool. So I was thinking, what if we made the patch based on the logo with the gun sight versus Phoenix World, which not very many people know about. But this one, it's the logo, it's the name of the book, and everything else. And this might make a cooler patch. Sometimes I don't think the obvious. So maybe people would want the actual logo instead of, Phoenix World. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, we got the first shipment of these in. They're all in their baggies and everything already. So we got 1,000 of them, I think, yesterday. So we're waiting for the second half of the order, and they look fantastic. The image isn't doing them justice. I do have a picture. Let me see if I can grab that photograph of it. You might be able to see it better, which is what I was going to do originally, but I thought it would look cool if I held them up. Let me see if I can find this thing. There it is. Okay. Oh yeah, this looks cool. Okay, so let me share again, and we'll go back, and you'll get to see the pin in a better light. So this is it right here. So there's a little glare on it, but you get a better idea. And it's dimensional, so you can kind of see it with the yin yang gun sight, but it's all like it's three-dimensional. So the white part is the lowest, and then like the gun sight part and things come out, and all the trim lines around the logo and stuff. This thing is perfection. I'm really detail oriented. And I looked this thing over, and it is flawless. It is so damn cool, you guys. When you get this with your order, I think you're going to be really, really happy with it. They came out so good. I could not be happier with them. Yeah, sometimes you get a little disappointed with stuff, but not this time. Not this time. So I hope you guys like that. Looks like crack bags. No, they are not crack bags. Crack. Well, I guess so. I guess so. And Dino does a lot of dope. He's a doper. Okay, I'm gonna go back in to the chat, catch up with you guys. And you guys give me some feedback on that. If you would rather an embroidered patch of the black and white logo for that 60K stretch goal. And if you do, we can put the orders in ASAP. So that'd be one less detail that my wife, Pamela, has to worry about. She's trying to get as much done before the book is done, finished. In that way, she doesn't have everything that needs to be manufactured at one time, and so she kind of wants to take it in like small chunks, which I think is a better way to go. And it's more it gets rid of chaos, like some stress and chaos. Let me turn this light back on, which is good. Chaos and stress around Hashtag Studios is not good. Back RT Bears, black and white, mutants versus machines here. Man versus machine, man. I love that video. I do too. Ethan Van Sciver he said like the guitars kind of sound like drills that the dentists use, but I don't agree. Oh, you guys got my back. Thank you. Yeah. Smang that like button. Indeedy do. Hey, what is up? Let's read what Kevin has to say. Will you be making a trading card out of? Yes, indeed. Yes, the Billy Tucci commission. That is going to happen. So I could get that manufactured because I have the artwork. Well, I have all the fronts of the cards made. I have all that, but it's just designing the back. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that because I think it was Malin and even Ethan has these numbers, so it's kind of like one big trading card set. And so I didn't think about that at the time. I was just kind of thinking one and dones, just a trading card here, trading card there. But as I go, I realized that if you had that with multiple campaigns, you could really create quite a cool trading card set. Which the stuff that I'm doing will still be cool, but it won't all be uniformed or unified with the same like numbering, and the backs of the cards are all the same. So I did one little trading card set with Chrono Mechanics, and I'm going to do the one with Black and White, which will be the fan art trading card set. So there's going to be, those will all be uniformed as far as the backs are concerned. But everything else, I think, is going to be uniquely different. So I just have to come up with something for Billy Tucci's card, and then Pamela can get those made. We're still actually looking for trading card places to get the cards made. I missed Smeng. What is that? You guys are talking crazy. Yes, Kenneth and Joe are badass artists, and I'm so happy to have them on this campaign. Oh, okay. All right. Miss these morning Hullabaloos. Yeah, I do too. I've just really been focusing on just working, just getting pages done, and volume 1 second print looks damn good. Oh, damn good. I got a box right here of them, you guys. So here we go. Yeah, Pamela found a local printer here in Houston. So these are all homegrown. Yeah, no China, no Canada, none of that nonsense. Right here, and they were able to drive them right to the house. Like it's like 40 minutes maybe, away, and drove them right to the garage. We got a big stack of these, but 2,500 of these bad boys. So they came out fantastic. So yeah, we are getting stuff done. Moving forward, not just on the book itself, which I'm going to show some pages, but also with the manufacturing stuff. 80s made consumer. Hello. The book looks great. Thank you so much. Art is so excited. Yeah. You know what? Oh my gosh. I hurt my back. My back goes out every once in a while. And I've been taking, what are they? They're like muscle relaxers and something else. I forget what they are. And those things kick my ass. I have a pretty high tolerance to alcohol and stuff like that. But oh my gosh, they make me really tired. And worse than that, they make me stupider than I usually am. So that's another reason. Like, I can focus on the work and I can get things done, but man, my language skills go out the door. So that's another reason why I haven't been doing too many of these. You get more than usual incoherence. Okay, a black and white patch like that would be cool, yes, but also a Phoenix World patch would be cool too. You're not helping. Yeah, they would both be cool. Either way, they're going to look great. But if we did the black and white logo, we could do them now. I should have grabbed some patches of the old the Volume 1 campaign to show you what they look like. We got Peter Orchard Studios, or is that Orchid? No, is that Orchard? How are you? Let's see. Ethan is a bully. Don't listen to him. Well, we did get a cool video out of it. A Del Keown cover. I don't know. Del and I talk quite a bit, mostly about music. And I don't know, because we have quite a bit of variant covers. So we have the black and white variant, which we usually do as a 72 hour variant. And so we have that. We have the Kenneth Rocafort cover. We have the sorry, Joe Bennett cover. So that's three covers right there. And then the main cover we have, and then we have volume one with the new cover on it. And then we have the High Octane book as well, the Pedro Eng book with Von Klaus. So there's quite a bit of stuff to do, as far as manufacturing. And I don't think it would be a problem to get Dale to do one, unlike John Malin, which, just between you and I mean, it's John Malin. Nobody wants to work with that guy. He's a pain in the ass. So I don't blame Dale for not doing a cover for John Malin. He's like a dictator, man. That guy I've worked with him, man. He'll scream at you. He'll yell at you. He threatens you like bodily harm. Not good, not good. So yeah, so Dale's probably not going to do a cover for John. So but he would probably do one for me. I'm talking nonsense. John Mayen's a good guy. He's a really good guy, actually. And so is Dale. Let's see. Rumham, any chance of a slipcase being made to store volume 1 and volume 2? I'm glad you asked. I brought this up to my wife, and she wants to do a slipcase. I want to do a slipcase. They're expensive. We looked into that with the art book. We were going to do a slipcase for the Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too art book that I crowdfunded a couple years ago. And we looked in the price. They're expensive. So once again, this campaign, as far as manufacturing stuff with all the stretch goals and the multiple books, we have our hands full. So I would love to say, yeah, bring it on. Let's do it. With it's a lot of work right now. The money is one thing. I think, like, what I was thinking of doing is, if we did do the slipcase, we would do like at 100 and like 25 or 130K. So we would make the stretch goal like really, really far. And then what we would do is we would give the slip cases away with your order. That would be very, very generous to do. But we'd have to do it at a real like higher number to be able to pay for it, and to make sure that that we could cover our butts as far as payment. But it's just a lot more work right now for this campaign. So what I was thinking of doing, just to give some hope and just to let you know, like, these dreams never die. They always, we just have to figure out ways to make them happen. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's not with this campaign. Maybe it will be with another campaign. So I'm starting to think more multifaceted as far as how to do these things. Kind of like with the trading cards, you got to think, like, not just this campaign, but the next campaign, so on and so forth, which is really hard to do. And it's really hard for me because I just think everything is so temporary. I never think that there's going to be another campaign, because I'm still in disbelief that this is even working. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are supporting these books, and not just a little bit of support, but huge support. So I'm still really pinching myself that this is even working, to be quite honest. And so what I was thinking of doing as far as the slipcase is, we could do a second chance. We can do a second chance, black and white. So we can offer 1 and 2, because that's why we really overprinted on volume 1 with the second printing, this book here. We really overprinted on this. And so what we can do is volume 1, volume 2, the High Octane book and all the variants, we could do a slipcase. And so we could possibly sell the slipcase separate, like just a tier for the, so mainly it would be a campaign for the slipcase. We did this with a poster. So we did a second chance campaign for black and white volume 1, which was very, very successful. a year or so after. Like there's new people coming into Comicsgate all the time. So it did well. The posters did really well. The posters were kind of a pain in the ass to ship and everything because they were getting damaged. So what we could do is like a similar idea, but the slipcase is the main part of the campaign versus a poster. And so then we could do just the slipcase as a tier, and then we could do a slipcase filled with books. So it would be kind of a smaller campaign, maybe 3 or 4 different tiers. So we'd have the slipcase as a tier, the slipcase filled with stuff would be a tier, and maybe all the books as a tier. And then maybe it just depends. We could have each one of the individual books either as add-ons, or we could use those as tiers as well. So just in case you didn't get all the books and you only need one, of the books to complete the set, you could do that and then back a slipcase. So you could get the slipcase and then add the book that you need on in checkout. So I've been kind of thinking about doing something like that for the slipcase. So I know I talk a lot, it takes me a while to figure out all this stuff. But that's on the table as far as a slipcase, because I dig slipcases. I have a few of them on my bookshelf right now, and I really dig them. And for black and white, we could really wrap up the whole like volume 1, volume 2 campaigns, and we could put those in a nice slipcase, and the cool spine on it and everything. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Art is, yes, I am blissfully unaware. Let's see. Ev Canada, the exception of Dale. My father came from Canada. How dare you, Andino? Houston, I probably applied to that company in the 80s. I think they've been around. It's called LG, I think. Yeah. So those look sweet. Yes. We got a lot of sweet stuff coming your way. So hello, everyone. We got Jim O'Reilly. It's not a party until you get Jim O'Reilly and Stephen Brown. Let's see. Joe says, Art, if your work out doing, what is it, LAT pull downs help elevate the lower, the lat pull downs will elevate the lower back pain. Actually, I have scoliosis, so I have 2 rods in my back, and my back is fused. And what's happening is as you get older, arthritis sets in. So the arthritis is kind of aggravating nerves and stuff. And so if I do a lot of heavy lifting or yard work, things like that, I aggravate those nerves. So anti-inflammatories and the muscle relaxers work, but it takes about 5 to 7 days. And I kind of kicked it. I took a couple weeks ago, I took the medicine and it worked. And then I thought I was fine. And then I went out and I did some more heavy lifting, yard work and stuff, but it wasn't anything like it was before. And I ended up aggravating it again. So I guess you just, as you get older, you have to like test your boundaries, what you can and cannot do. So I'm still in the test my boundaries phase of my life. My wife and I kid that, when you're younger, life is just giving you stuff like, oh, you can do this now, you can do that now. And then you get a certain age and life just takes things from you, as sad as that sounds. All right, black and white patch is my vote. Hell yeah. Chat vote black and white patch versus Phoenix. So that's 1 versus 2. So let's keep this up. Let's see if we got any arthritis. Let me see. We love your arthritis. Okay, so how about on your next black and white campaign, a slipcase for a hardcover black and white 1 and 2 and 3. I don't know about hardcover books. Like if I did a hardcover for black and white, I would probably combine the 2 stories. So volume 1, volume 2 would be, 1 hardback. And then I would do it that way. But for some reason I don't really want to do prestige type stuff like that with hardbacks yet. Maybe at some point. I am planning on doing Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. My art book and kind of do a reprint because I completely sold out of that. You guys it was overwhelming. We towards the end there, since we had limited amount, we were selling those books for $100 a pop. So there is a demand for the art book. So that's a hardbound, like oversized, like magazine size art book. So we're probably going to do that as a hardbound, but nothing else planned at this point. So that, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think we'll do a hardbound for black and white. What I would like to do is I would like to do a black and white version of black and white. So black and white 2, possibly as a different campaign, or combine that with the slipcase campaign, is have a black and white version of the book. And maybe do something special with that. Not a hardbound, but maybe oversized. I'm still looking into that because I'm really, really proud of the way this book is coming out. And I think the line art looks fantastic. I showed Comicsgate. We have a green room. So I showed off the newest page, which I'm going to show off on this stream as well. And man, I got so much support from the guys. They were like, yeah, this line art is fantastic. Bill Willingham, he wrote like 2 paragraphs just talking about the artwork, comparing it to quotes by Mobius, and just some really cool stuff. And it really got me thinking, maybe we could pull this off. Maybe we could do a black and white version of the book. I personally love stuff like that, especially if the artwork merits it. So, oh, thank you, Kevin. Yeah, so we might do a volume 2. If we do a volume 2, I'm trying to think if we should do a different cover or keep the same cover. You know what? I'm going to show this book off. It's right over here. There's just so many things, you guys. Like I'm in like option paralysis. So this is the book we're talking about. So this is The Art of R.T. Bear, Oodles of Doodles, and other stuff too. Taylor Grosso and myself put this together. I am so proud of this book. It came out so good. Here's the first page. And then here's like kind of like the credits page. So there's some really cool stuff in here. It goes back to early stuff to later stuff. Here's some of them are commissions, different things. There's some of my animation pitch stuff that I've talked to you guys about. So this was an animation pitch I came up with. And like I said, I like robots. So these are rock and roll bots. So, God, look, I think it's cool. Guitar players. Let's see if there's another page. No, that's just the one. And then I did another animation, different style. It's called Hit. And then, of course, Chrono. So this was before the new campaign. Yeah, I should turn this light off. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Of course, some black and white stuff, some old like layouts, things like that. Some behind the scenes. You can't see it very well, but there's layouts, toy design, pencils, all kinds of cool stuff. Let me see if I can find another like cool page. Is Cable, Gambit, Old Man Logan. So yeah, like I said, hardbound, and we did a slipcase, like a slip cover or whatever they call that, for this one as well. And this is that UV coating. So the black and white book that we're doing right now is going to look like this. So what that means is, like, you can't really tell, but the figure, the logo, and the foreground stuff is shiny, and then the background stuff here is flat. You can see it better on the back. See how the back is, this is all flat black, and then Harley Quinn is shiny, and so is the Taylor's logo and the Hack Shack Studios logo. So we're going to do the black and white book like that as well. Dust Jacket, yeah, thank you. Let's see. So yeah, just a lot of stuff, but man, it takes so much time, especially when you're kind of in one mode, like you're in drawing mode or writing mode, and then you got to think like businessman and start putting production stuff together, just stuff like that. And then I'm going to show these guys off one more time. I know I've been teasing them a lot, but we got the Keshi figures as well. So Eric Huffles told me everything's ready to go. So I'm going to let him stockpile a few of these guys. And then we're going to put those up on the campaign. So we're going to start off with black and white versions. So this is the black version. They look pretty cool. Little figures, little figurines. They came out really good. So let me go. I'm going to share some other stuff. Let me make sure it's queued up. Yeah. So let's do this. Share stream. We are sharing black and white shit to you. All right. This is the image that Eric sent over to me. And so this is how we're going to do them as black and white. We're going to sell them as pairs or sets. And it's just going to be fantastic. These things are cool. If you guys are familiar with Keshi figures, I think they're from Japan. And they're kind of caricature of the characters. And they're a little like they used to call them super deformed or whatever, where their proportions are exaggerated, so a little bit bigger head. The torsos are squashed. The hands and feet are really big. So they just look really cool. And so we're going to be offering this very, very soon. And then this is what I wanted to show you guys. This is these are interior pages, and it's taken me a while because I don't want to cut any corners with this book. So I am putting everything I have into it. And so this is a page. I'm going to be putting some original artwork up soon as well. So if there's any original artwork fans out there, you'll be able to purchase or back these pages very, very soon. So I don't want to get into too much of the story. I was talking to Donald DeLay about showing off pages and, not wanting to give anything away or doing spoilers and stuff. So he said, don't worry about it. He said, the pages are really, really good and you should show them off because they'll build their own excitement and people won't worry too much about spoilers, especially since there's no context yet. There's no real story context. So, yeah, black and white, not real happy with each other here. So there's going to be some tension on a level that you guys haven't seen these two at. Because if you remember Volume 1, Whitney Sung is not one to be controlled. So she really just wants one thing. She has tunnel vision on vengeance. And so Reed, aka Black, is trying to teach her that there's a better way. This black and white form of justice, not vengeance. And so, yeah, I think this stuff is coming along really good. I'm really proud of it. I'm inking this in a different way than I've ever inked before. This is all marker work. So I'm using markers. I'm not using crow quills anymore. or brushes. So I hurt my hands. I think it's arthritis as well. It's setting into my thumbs. And so I can't really hold a pen and a brush the way I used to. And it hurts. But I can use a marker. A marker, for some reason, you hold it differently and it doesn't hurt my hands. So I thought this was really cool. This white figure. Sometimes like the little figures I think are the coolest. So yeah, that's not even going to be close to that big in the finished book. And then this shot right here. It's funny because I was so channeling um, uh, Mark Silvestri, because Mark Silvestri would knock out figures like this. So I threw black in a shadow, so you can see some details and you can see his armor. Uh, but it's pretty much just black. I thought it looked really cool. And so when this is colored up, I would like white to almost be extra white. And then the backgrounds be really, really gray in this shot, just to really show the stark difference between the black and the white. Um, just as a way to show the difference, I guess. It's just be a cool thing to do. And so then you see Uncle Yi in the background here, and he's kind of getting faded back with some of the mist. So you can see some of the details I do with my, it's white paint on my thumb. So I just kind of paint my thumb and I just stick it down. And then I do come in digitally and add some stuff. So anywhere you see like fades, things like that, like right here, right here, and in here. Those are all kind of my thumb. And then I get into some spattering with the toothbrush. And then there is a little bit of digital magic in there as well. So I think it helps with atmosphere. And then it helps me kind of knock down some of the detail. So when the colorist comes in here, it can kind of add some mist with the coloring and stuff like that. And then you can see right here where I did some as well. And so like in here, you can see how the mist knocks back the detail, because there's black in here, but then there's this detail here with this archway. So it really establishes depth. I think it looks very, very cool. So I haven't seen anything really done like this in comic books. I started doing this a little bit when I worked at DC on Adventures. Was it Adventures? No, Action Comics with Steven Segovia. So I would do some of these effects. And then I noticed like Danny Mickey and some other guys started bringing that into their work as well, which is par for the course. But I'm going to do it a lot in black and white. So yeah, and these figures are really, really tiny, but I'm kind of getting into some of the details of the smaller figures, getting as much in there as I can. And then a not so happy white with her staff, her angry staff. And then we have some more of that mist effects. And then we have the bullet not being able to go any further. And there's one shot here. This is going to come down to coloring, but it's kind of a fine Waldo situation where like right here is Whitney and Uncle Yi. You can't really see it when it's really small. So in the coloring, I want to do that same kind of idea where, she's bright white. And what'll help too is the staff will be glowing. And then try to pop with color Uncle Yi here as well in the background. Just a lot of fun. I've had these car references for like 25 years, man. I never did this many shots of the car in the original story. I'm using all those photographs now. So yeah, that's that. And then this is the page following. And once again, just getting into drawing like the smaller figures and stuff. So you can see um, gray and the bullet back here. And this energy behind the bullet, this isn't like the normal like smoke and fire. This is going to be purple because of her staff. So like the staff or green. I think it will be green because just to show that that's the blast that she did. So it's kind of like this energy fire versus like actual, you know, fire, red and yellows and oranges. And so these two are going at it. It's not pretty. It's like a domestic squabble. I like that all four of the characters, like there's one thing I couldn't do in volume one is get all four of the characters into shots because they didn't really interact that much. So in this story, volume two, I get to have Uncle Yi and Gray actually interact, especially Uncle Yi. So Uncle Yi is going to be able to interact with them more. And I really like the supporting characters. So Uncle Yi, believe it or not, at one point he was on the chopping block. He was not going to make it in the story. He was going to be murdered. But I thought like it would be better to keep him alive because it kind of gives the happy ever after. It gives a payoff to Whitney and shows that Reed was right with the justice not vengeance idea. And then at some point, Gray was also on the chopping block. I was going to get rid of those two guys, but maybe not together as that they would both, but one or the other would. And so, yeah, I just really like getting the supporting characters into these shots. Whitney's coming down a little bit from her pompousness. She's kind of realizing that she's been acting very selfishly. So that's a good thing. And you didn't really she was pretending most of the time in volume one. She wasn't really on the same page. So I think this is a good headshot of Uncle Yi. So I think Whitney's forehead's a little high. There's something wrong with his face. I got to figure that out. And so then, I like the way Whitney frames in this panel here. There's going to be a lot of dialogue in these pages here, these panels. So Reed's coming in. His fist is still clenched. He's not completely sure if he can trust her or not. And then in the last panel, she pretty much nails it. She gives him the reason, and she's very confident here. So she's she's back. She's kind of back to full, not full Whitney Sung mode, but definitely with that cocksure fighter attitude that she has. So I wanted to do it as kind of like being very suggestive with the body. And as the story goes, you're going to find out what her plan of action is. And I think you're going to dig that. That's the scene I'm working on right now. So I really attack the comic, not just as individual pages, but as scenes. And I stay with those scenes until I finish them. And then I go to the next scene. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little preview of Black and White, the pages, and the Keshi figures and all the cool stuff. We got the pins, going. We got where are they? We got the books. I mean, it's happening. It is so happening. It is on like Donkey Kong. It's going to be cool. Yeah, there's I don't know if it's going to get to full on domestic violence. I'm not sure that Whitney's going to poop in Reed's bed or anything like that, but there's definitely some of that that level of crazy with Whitney Sung. I think it makes for an interesting character, and so also it shows that There's one thing about Reed and Whitney is they're both kind of looking for redemption. They're both looking for one, a place of belonging, a family, if you will. So that's why there's like the couple thing. And that's also why I wanted to keep Uncle Yi and Brooks Gray alive, because that's the family stuff. That's kind of the family that they never had. Like the only reason I think Batman works with all the Batman family stuff is that it's a dysfunctional family, but it's probably the only family that Bruce Wayne would ever have. You know what I mean? Because he's a messed up guy. He's probably never going to be able to marry anybody, settle down and have kids. So, when there's Barbara Gordon, there's Dick Grayson, and there's all the other Robins and different Batgirls and stuff like that. They all kind of are a surrogate family for Bruce Wayne. So in a way, it works. There's kind of I've explained it on past live streams. There's two Batmans to me. Like for me, there's the Batman family stuff, which works on some level. Like Robin on one level doesn't work for me, but on another level it does. So if you want to give Batman kind of like this kind of happy ever after, like give him something for all of his angst and all of his pain and suffering, give him this surrogate family, right? So it gives him a purpose, it gives him somebody to look after, to mentor, to do all these things like a parent would, right? And I think it works too, because they're all kind of as proteges. They're not like fully developed. So there is kind of a father kind of aspect to the way Batman interacts with Barbara Gordon or Dick Grayson or any of these other characters. And so then there's that. But then there's the Dark Knight detective, the lone wolf kind of guy, that has paid a heavy price for and is very dark and very angst ridden. I like that Batman too. I don't necessarily think that they don't work together, but to me, I kind of like one or the other. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So let's see. About to finish flattening these clients' books. Oh, cool. We got, I think flattening is a color term. We have a colorist in the house. Kevin says, every page a masterpiece. This makes me so happy. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that. Every panel of story. It has to be, right? It has to be. Selfish, a typical woman. Not my lady. Pamela is more generous than anybody I think I've ever met. She makes me look bad. Look at the breasts. I forgive her. That's, I guess, part of it. If we're being honest, she's been bad and needs a good spanking. Yeah, I think, especially in this day and age of like fully realized female heroes, I think Whitney is going to stand out because she's definitely a character that she, especially in the origin story, she's a borderline character. She acts like a villain. So if Reed fails with his intervention, she could definitely be a villain. So she kind of has the origins of a villain. And then, like, if Reed never came into her life, the what if would be she would be full on a villain. She would either have been killed by police or by the villain himself, or she would be behind bars. So her future was very, very limited until Reed came into the mix. So I don't want to make it seem like that she's so broken that Reed is her savior, because Reed is broken too. He's just very disciplined because of, serving in the military, being a spy for the MI10, all this thing. He can hide it. But in the next story arc, you're going to see that there is a broken part of him, and that you'll see how Whitney and this other aspect is going to come in. And so they both kind of, like I said, like they're looking for a place to fit in. You know what I mean? They're kind of like misfits. They're probably never going to function in a traditional kind of um, marital bliss kind of thing. They're just not those type of people. So they're not going to buy a house in the suburbs and raise a family. And if they do, it'll probably be an undercover, kind of spy thing. I think that would be fun. Domestic bliss storyline. But yeah, I want to play them up as not necessarily broken people, but just people that aren't us. You know what I mean? So part of it I want to have is like wish fulfillment. Like, what if James Bond, like he's got this cool lifestyle, right? Like he goes and he's got all this money because he's got, an expense account with MI6. He goes to all these fantastic locations, meets all these exotic women. He's got the means and the looks and the skills to be able to, seduce these women, infiltrate situations, like all these, like just cool shit. He's got a license to kill. You know what I mean? Like, all of this stuff. So, I wanted to make sure that Reed had all those cool things, and that Whitney was equally as cool, in a feminine version. But like, what if they were together? What if Bond had an equal and could go do the on these adventures with this other person, and that on some level they revel in the excitement, their extreme personalities. So a firefight to them is a good time. Kicking the butt of a bunch of agents is a good time. And I like that aspect of it. And so Reed, like if you read the first issue, it's very kind of subtle, but there's kind of this lovers triangle thing that's happening. So there's the villain who likes Whitney, and there's Reed that likes Whitney. And then you realize that the villain and Reed like Whitney for some of the same reasons. Like Reed goes deeper into the reasons because he's not like a superficial tart, but the villain just likes the superficial, which is she's a handful. She's a Hellcat. He likes that. He likes that aspect of her personality. She's fiery, and he likes that. And Reed likes her for the same reasons. There's obviously other attributes and traits that Whitney has that Reed will like. You know what I mean? So, versus, JC or Jake Chang, or AKA Jake Chang. Actually, should be the other way. Jake Chang, AKA JC. If you read the first book, you'll start figuring that stuff out. And we're going to get more into that with volume 2. And so there's this cool aspect to her personality that she attracts these type of men. You know what I mean? That kind of like this out of control, person. And so one of the things I have to do moving forward with Whitney Sung after the story, the origin arc, is that to keep that fire there, but not make her as almost suicidal. You know what I mean? Like she would give up her entire existence to take this guy down, the villain in the story, the guy that wronged her and her family. I don't think it's going to get to that point. It is going to. There's the epilogue, and the epilogue is going to be kind of sexy, and you're going to get just a slim glimpse of where their relationship is going to go after the origin arc. So that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do the epilogue. So, question. How'd the stair rail job go? Oh, it's all put in. Yeah. you can see it behind. I designed the stair rail here, and there's the lower part as well. I should take some pictures and post them. And yeah, it's right over here. This right here, they just anchored right to this board across. It didn't go any deeper. This is a long handrail. And then it bolts into the wall here, down here, and then there's like a middle point right. I don't think you can see it. No, you can't see it. And so it wobbled. It didn't really support. So right here, if you went to the top and you used it, it would kind of move. And so I had to fight with them to get them to fix that. And so finally, to get through to the guy, I was like, do you think that if we were to sell this house, this would pass inspection? And I grabbed that top part of the rail and I just started moving it around like crazy. Like it was just rocking back and forth. And then I was like, does this, because he was not buying it. Like I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be, stern but fair. Wasn't getting through the guy. And so I just started moving that thing, and it was moving about like 1.5 feet, like either way. And then he finally just grabbed the rail and stopped it, because I was just moving it for a long period of time. He grabbed the rail and said, okay, we'll fix it. And so what they did is this part right here where it ended here, they moved it into the floorboards. So it's about 10 inches into the ground or into the floorboard here. And then they put like some kind of like foam or some kind of like concrete type stuff in it. So it would fill that open space. And so now like it's anchored into the floorboards by about 10 inches, I would say, into it. So yeah, it's working, but man, it was a big hassle, man. I don't know why people just do it the right way. Don't fuck around. You know what I mean? Like when I do a job, I try to make sure every conceivable thing is taken care of, because one, I don't like people coming back and saying, what about this? What about that? Can you fix this? And two, I just want the job to be the best it can be. So I don't usually cut corners and stuff like that, but let's see what Joe has to say about. I did go off a little bit on some Batman stuff. Bruce Wayne always needs the Batman family that needs to keep his legacy going. The legacy is another thing, yeah, a la the Batman Beyond, but he needs them to keep in touch with his humanity, yes, or he would go totally dark. Yeah, it anchors him. It gives him a purpose, like a parent. There's a lot of reasons it works. But for me, there is kind of fundamentally, there's two different Batmans. Okay, let's see. I love hearing the mindset view of the creators of the characters. Yeah, and I'm hoping that like all of this in the books isn't necessarily going to be like heavy-handed or just, like I'm not going to spend a ton of time with a lot of the character traits and stuff. I'm just hoping that it comes across, as you're reading the book, that, my main thing is, and my wife's as well, we're character driven. We're character people. Like when we watch movies, when we read books, stuff like that, it's the character. The plot's one thing, the fighting, the action adventure, those things are cool too. But if you don't have compelling characters, you don't have anything. So I try to one, make characters that we can relate to, so this is kind of a dating story, but in a way that that isn't like anything that we know of, but that we can relate to, the idea of like opposites attract, love at first sight, these type of things, and one of the ideas, if you guys have picked up volume 1, is there's a little what if scenario in the beginning of the book where if the villain, which is Jake Chang, aka JC, if he never came back into Whitney's life, Whitney and Reed might have been able to have the domestic bliss. They may have been able to have kind of a normal life. Because when you see Reed, he doesn't want to be a spy anymore. He's left the agency. He's trying to create a new life for himself. But whether he would have been able to do that or not, that's a big question. Whitney has never really known a family. Like, she's kind of very independent minded. She has Uncle Yi, but that's it, right? So would she have been able to handle that? But I do paint the scenario like this is at least what they would have tried to do. I don't think they would have been ultimately happy. I think eventually the dysfunction would have entered into the equation and would have torn them apart, because they were they would be trying to be something they're not, right? But with black and white, the saving grace is the black and white, justice, because they're able to be themselves and still be a couple at the same time. So they're able to be true to their nature. And if they were to try the domestic bliss thing, it probably wouldn't have worked out for them. I'm probably giving way too much. I'm just so proud of this stuff. I'm so happy with it. And, a 10-inch T-Bear, it's more than 10 inches. I'm just saying. Art makes a cameo in his own comic book. How do you know that? We got JP. Hola, 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 hola. Okay, I think I covered everything. So just to recap, we have these cool, I think this was the 100K stretch goal, black and white pins. We got half the order in, so we got that going. We have the cool Keshi figures, which we will be putting up very, very soon. We have the printed volume 1 with the new cover on it. And I believe the new patch, the patch is going to be changed, and we're going to get those made as soon as possible, and we're going to use the black and white logo. So we're basically going to use this logo. So this will be the patch. Wait, there we go. This will be the patch right here. And I think it'll be very, very cool. And so there's going to be some original artwork that's going to be put up on the campaign as well. So look for these Keshi figures and some original artwork coming your way very, very soon on the campaign. And as far as an update, I'll be updating with the new pins and stuff like that. So thank you guys so very much for hanging out. It's always fun to do these Hullabaloos. You guys are a blast. You always make a new patch. Oh, did Johnny come in late? Oh shoot, we got Philip Diaz. What's up, Philip? Philip's got some cool stuff planned too. We're gonna do a CG swimsuit. The volume 1 cover needs to be a poster. It already is a poster. We have a few of those, but man, they were a drag to ship. One, we were getting them back from the printer damaged because they're so big and they would shift in the box. And then we bought these tubes, these oversized tubes. We put them in there. But what they do is they rock back and forth, so the ends get bent, in. So then we were kind of rolling them in a bigger sheet of paper, so the ends of the paper would get, destroyed, not the poster. But even still, some of those things were getting folded. It was really a nightmare. Let me see. Kevin says it was a giant size poster first. Yeah. They came out great. They looked fantastic. They were just really, really hard to ship. So we were actually, maybe 10%, maybe higher. We were actually sending new ones because they were getting damaged, and I felt so bad. And Pamela's more. I'm very conscientious, but she's even more so. It was breaking her heart. We were trying to just figure out how to do it. I've got that poster. It's huge. Cool. Thank you for that. The new patch. Yeah, we're gonna make the patches, the 60K stretch goal for the black and white campaign isn't going to be the Phoenix World Alliance patch anymore. We're going to do the black and white logo with the yin yang gun sight as a patch. And so that way, Pamela can just give the go ahead to the company. We can get those made. And then I can show them off on a live stream, which brings me a lot of joy. Let's see what else. Oh, the new volume 1. Well, the new volume 1 is a poster. I think I answered that. Sorry. Morning. Oh man, you just got here, Checkpoint. We're checking out. We're checking out. All right, you guys. So I think that's everything. We're going to move forward on the patches next. So you're going to get to see those manufactured. And then there's going to be some new tiers put up on the black and white Indiegogo in demand campaign. So thanks again, you guys. Have a fantastic evening. I believe there is not going to be a bros tonight. So that's going to make me very, very sad. So no bros tonight. I love those guys. I love those guys. So always have a lot of fun. If you guys don't know, The Professionals Spilling the Ink is a show that I host along with 5 other guys. So we got Dan Fraga, we got Aaron Lopresti, we got Andy Smith, we got Billy Tucci, we got Graham Nolan, and myself. And so every week whoever's hosting it, like each one of us hosts on our own channels, our own YouTube channels, and whoever hosts it comes up with a topic. So then we pick a topic and then we talk about it for a couple hours with the other guys, and it's always a blast. It's very positive, just good stuff. It's pretty amazing that in life, sometimes you just find not just one person that you connect with, but a group of people that you connect with. So CG was that, but then it goes even deeper with those 5 guys. Yeah, I haven't. Some of those guys I just met through CG. I didn't know Graham Nolan before. I think he's the only one, to be honest. I didn't really know Andy Smith. I had worked with Andy, but I didn't really know him very well. And so I worked and knew Aaron Lopresti, Dan Fraga the same. Billy Tucci, I got to know through conventions and stuff. He used to do a lot of conventions. Yeah, I think it was just Graham Nolan that I had never met before. And Graham's a great guy. I dig him. I dig his work. What? No refunding, man. Thank you. I'll tell her, man. She appreciates this stuff. So thanks, Art. Send Pam our love. I will indeed. Hi, everybody. We got some new faces, man. I guess I should have teased that I was going to stop the stream earlier. Hail Art, hail Comics Gate, hail and bananas to all. Thank you, Richie. I like bananas. I like the bananas. Tree Goblin. And Dino, when are you going to start streaming again? I looked at, he's posting new artwork. I really shouldn't say anything nice about Andino because he always gives me shit, but his work is getting better. Every drawing is getting better and better. So that's the only nice words you're going to get from me, Andino. We got the beam pad. Will you add Arrow to any of the comics? I don't know. That would be fun. Have a dog. Have a dog. Maybe Black and White get a dog. And they name him Arrow. Oh, I'm going to say this in case those guys, sometimes they just come up with the same topics and they act like, oh, I just came up with this, even though you've told them. Graham Nolan, you know who you are. No, I'm just kidding. What will your topic be for your hosting the bros? I have a great topic coming, and I'm going to say this to you guys. So if anybody tries to steal it, they're going to know where it came from. I want to do unpublished work because all of us are at least 25 years into a career, 25, 30 years. Graham and I think, have the longest careers, close to 40 years. I think we started around the same time in the early mid 80s. And so my topic is going to be unpublished work. So all of us, I think, have work that has never seen the light of day. So I have actually two jobs that's never seen the light of day. I have a pencil job that I did for DC Comics. The character's name is the Human Target, and I think it's 2 issues worth of work. So it's like 44 pages, something like that. And it was written by the late, great Lynn Wein and inked by the late, great Dick Giordano. So they're my pencils. And the ending I created. So I just threw it out to the editor. And I said, what about this for like a little bit of a switch up for the ending? And he contacted Lynn Wein, and Lynn said, yeah, let's do it. And so the end is actually mine. Like I said, it never saw print, but I do have that satisfaction. And the other job is a Batman job, widening gyre or Geyer. People say it differently, that I did with, oh my gosh, Kevin Smith and Walter Flanagan. I did finishes on, which I'm not going to claim towards the end of the run. They're just inks. They still paid me for finishes, but that was a god-awful work experience. Kevin Smith is not the nicest of people. But anyway, I have 3 issues of unpublished Batman stuff that I did along with Walter Flanagan and Kevin Smith. I find that less interesting, actually, and my heart really wasn't in it. But maybe if there's still time, I could show both. But that's gonna be my subject, is gonna be unpublished work. So I think it'll be interesting to see everybody's unpublished work, because I believe we all have something, even if it's just a cover. I have an X-Men cover, I think, that I got to ink over Michael Golden. I don't have the original, and I think I have one Xerox copy of it that I might be able to find and share that as well on the bros. But when it comes back around, that's the topic I'm going to do. Tree Goblin, what's up? Please send Pamela Lou's love. Lou is incapable of love. The unpublishables. It's all good stuff. For one reason or another, it just never happened. Art unpublished work, the cocaine years. Those might have been the cocaine years. By the way, what did you think of the Professionals dinner picture? I showed it to all the guys. They like it. I'm gonna use it for sure. Let me find it. I'll show it off to you guys. Let me find it first. Let me get rid of some of these tabs I have open. Shut up. Okay, let's do this. Open. See if I can find it. I think it was still on my desktop, I think. All right. Let me see. Where is it? It shouldn't be. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. Joe puts these pieces together for the Professionals. They're always great. I think he did one where we're all lined up like a police lineup. And so this is the Professionals diner, and there's Marilyn Monroe. And we all have our faces pasted into the image. Let me scooch it over so you can see Andy. Oh, there's Andy. Andy's got a cool hat on. He looks like an old private eye, a detective. Yeah, I'm making the hey, like I'm the Fonz character. Look at Billy. Billy's got a great smile. And then there's well, okay. So if you guys don't know, the farthest over to the left, I don't know if it's your left, that's Aaron Lopresti. The guy leaning against the taps is Billy Tucci. The next guy, like closest to Marilyn Monroe, that's Dan Frega. The next guy without the hair and the glasses with the $1 million smile is Graham Nolan. And then the guy with the smirk, that's me, the smart ass. And then the dapper, oh so dapper Andy Smith with his detective garb on. So this is great, man. So this was put together by Joe Bernardo, the Professionals Diner. Good stuff, man. We're getting quite a fan base, so it's growing. I really look forward to that show every week. Well, I'm glad you liked it. It was a royal pain in the ass. It was supposed to be 12 issues. 6 came out. 3 were done after that, and 3 were never done. So I have 3 issues worth of pages. I actually still have the original pages. They were never sent to DC. I sent them the scans, so I got paid for them, but the originals I still have. So I know if I was ever to try to sell those, Kevin Smith and Walter Flanagan would come over and start giving me shit again, because most of the crap they gave me was over the originals. Well, that's not true. I wish I had a better story about Kevin Smith. Okay, let's see what Kevin says. Do you still have any original art left from the 90s black and white? I have most of it. Yeah. Yeah, if you're interested, let me know. So if you have the original books, just go through them and find pages and just tell me the page numbers, and Pamela and I can look through the old archives, the T-Bear Vault, and see if we still have those. Because I didn't sell many of them. I mostly gave them away, so to friends and stuff like that as gifts. So I might have some. Well, I do have some, but I might have the pages that you specifically are looking for. Let's see what Phil has to say. Art, I'm going to buy the Widening Geyer spread from you soon when I get extra money. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I have most of my artwork. I think there's still some Widening Geyer stuff that isn't up. I have some DC Trinity stuff that I did with Mark Bagley that's not up. And I think there's still maybe some Super Sons pages that aren't up yet. So keep checking back. New pages go up occasionally, and the site's called Art by T-Bear, and the link is in the description, as well as the black and white link. If you guys have backed, I do really appreciate it. And if you haven't backed a t-shirt yet, go and pick yourself up one. That's one of the next things I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to Shay, who did the black and white wraparound t-shirt. I'm going to get her to put the t-shirts together and get some of those made, and I'll show those off on live stream. But I need to kind of have a better idea of what the orders will be. So it's kind of like my last ditch effort to try to, see how many more backers we can get on those. And then with D Geek Art, I have the actually I have it right here, the Inko shirt. So this is a prototype. We've kind of switched it up. So she had the Inko on the back of the shirt. So it's now on the front of the shirt. And so the Hack Shack, it's going to be called Hack Shack Studios instead of publishing. That's going to go on the sleeve. So the image will go on the front, and then the Hack Shack logo will go on the sleeve. So I also want to get numbers on that so we can get going with Elizabeth on those Inco shirts. Oh, that would make a great stream. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, that would be on the professionals. Good question, Joe. Are you going to sell some more books from the T-Bear Vault? Oh, like those jam ones we did? If you guys want, I can do that. I think I forget what it was. It was 6 books for $30 or something like that. Yeah, we could do that. I think we sold those through PayPal. Like I just showed them off on the live stream, I believe, and then we just took orders. Yeah, we could do that. Man, this has turned into a great stream. You guys are full of good ideas. What is this? Rex showed some of your key issues last night. Enough said. Or nice stuff. Wow, that was really weird. Dyslexia indeed. Hell peeps. We got indie wrestling aces. There's a lot of people coming into the live stream. I guess if I stream long enough, I get more people. Either that or I was competing against somebody else. I like this. The Unpublishables. That's going to be a good name for the live stream. All right, you guys. So thanks again for being a blast. You guys are fun to hang out with. And keep an eye out for these new things that are going to be brought into the campaign. And have a wonderful day. Be good to each other. And we'll see you very, very soon. Take care.